Okay. Sorry about that. Now we're back. I don't know why it did that. I wasn't touching anything and it did that. So that's an issue with this program. So I won't use this program. I don't know. It didn't do that last night. So I don't know why it's doing it tonight. Unless it's because it was so late. Oops. Y'all hear me? You don't believe me. I swear I didn't touch anything at all. So, not sure. I'm going to have to use that other program. And it's just going to have to buffer sometimes or something. Hopefully not. I'll figure it out when I actually have um, real time to do such. Oh man. Are y'all there? That's not it. Is it back yet? Yeah, I see that. Well, that sucks. Oops, whoops, bad word. That's not a good thing. I don't know why the program did that. Like I said, I didn't touch anything. It just went bloop. Maybe I should cut some scenes. That button's in the way. Okay, is anybody back yet? Yeah, sorry about that, Spence. Anyway, I think the other program was working better. I think the other program worked better than this one. I don't know. Well, this worked fine last night, so it doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand it. Is everybody there? Did anybody get back yet? I think we lost some of the TCs anyway. I'm sure they'll find us, though. That's for sure. They might be. It might be, Spence. Man, well, I know that used to happen to Mike sometimes, too. And we'd all be in one chat and we'd go over and tell the other people to come to the other one. But I don't know why it's like I said, I ran this program last night, I think. Yeah, this is the one I ran last night, and it didn't do this. And we had 4 people call in, and it did okay, and all of that. So, not sure why. It's can you hear me okay? Can you hear me okay? Oh, sorry, John. I don't know why it is acting this way this evening, because I think this is the program I used last night and didn't have any issues with it. We stayed on almost 7 hours, 6 hours and 40 minutes. We did 4-way calls and everything. My boss called in, and we had Casey, my boss, and Spinny on at the same time. So I don't know why it's acting so crazy tonight. Can y'all hear me? Wow. Yeah, that's what Rose was reporting. Welcome back. Oh, that's exactly what Rose was reporting. Maybe I have to keep this up and not, maybe that's a problem. Maybe when I minimize it, it shuts down. I don't know. I don't know. Can y'all hear me? Somebody say yes or no. Okay. Thank you. All right. So where were we? Oh yeah. Okay. So 5.0 at Yellowstone today. Was that in Montana or somewhere, John? Because Rosa said they had reported one in Venezuela. Yeah. I've tried like this is like the 5th program I've tried. Um, trying to get rid of that buffering issue in the 100% CPU usage, which still doesn't make sense. But anyway, um, so yeah, I think I ran this program last night. We didn't have any issues at all for 6 hours and 40 minutes. Oh, in Wyoming. Yeah, we didn't have any issues. We did 4-way calls and everything else. And it ran fine. But of course, it was later at night, so maybe so many people weren't on YouTube or something. I don't know. I don't know. Or I don't know. Or if it, maybe it is my Wi-Fi here. Who knows? Because now it's not a CPU usage issue. It just drops the stream. But running the other program, it would tell me video stream output was low. Would be the message I would get. So I don't know. If I had like 2 days off of work and didn't have a million things to do, I probably could figure it all out at once. But anyway, um, yeah. See, I don't want to go back to the live dashboard because if I do that, it might drop it again. So I'll just stay right here. Oh, almost to Montana. Yeah, Montana. So yeah, Rose had did an update earlier today on her channel about the earthquake in Montana, or in, yeah, that one, near Yellowstone, and the one in Venezuela. But then they took all the information down for them, so she had to remove her videos. But she's going to do an update because she screenshotted it all, that it was there. She took screenshots and then it was gone. Okay, welcome back, Karen. Sorry about that. I don't know why it did that. I wasn't touching anything when it happened. So it's the least of our problems. I don't know, Spence. Yellowstone might be the way God blocks out the sun for 3 days. Might be the way we have the 3 days of darkness. And you know they're never going to tell us what the real percentage is. Wait, so now we're trusting the government to tell us the truth? Or the scientists? That may be. I don't know. I know that no matter what's going to happen, eventually things are going to happen and there's nothing man can do about it. Right, John? The animals have. But anyway, eventually things are going to happen and man's not going to be able to stop it. And um, I don't, I think I've listened to her once or twice, Karen. Then I was listening to this other lady the other day talking about the 3 days of darkness too. But oh yeah, we're gonna have a tsunami. We know that. Um, anyway, the scripture says if it's a prophet from God, it'll be right 100% of the time, not 95%, not 99, 100% of the time. So Nostradamus, who a lot of people believe in, was not right 100% of the time. So he wasn't a prophet of God. Now anybody can make a prediction or several predictions, and even if it's only a 5% chance, they could be accurate at some point. Um, some people will have visions and dreams, that's true, and then they can be accurate on that. But then if they continue to try to make predictions and they're not accurate, it just means that, they had a vision and it was true, but they're not a prophet, not one of the ones that God has blessed to tell us things. So a lot of these people that like that fireman that everybody said, since he predicted Trump was going to be president, he's this amazing prophet and all this. Well, that was a 50-50 chance. So he got that right, but he didn't get other things right. So right. But the 3 days of darkness the scripture's talking about, the whole world will be dark. the sun will not give its light. Or does it say the moon won't? We won't see the moon or the sun. There'll be no light. Um. Well, yeah. See, we know Nibiru, as we call it, wormwood. We know that stars are going to fall from the sky, and wormwood is going to make the waters bitter. And I think some of that's already happening. I think it's close enough that it's already affecting things. That's for sure. Yeah, exactly, John. I actually think the sun's already in a mini nova. I think that, like, if you look at my video from the other day, when everybody, walking past me, they're trying to duck down so I don't get them in the camera, and I said, no, it's okay, I'm filming the sun, and they laughed. They said, the sun? She means the moon, doesn't she? I said, no, that's not a full moon. We're in a new moon. If we see anything today, it'd be a little tiny. It'd be the tiniest sliver. But they thought they were looking at a full moon. I'm like, no, that is the sun. It looks like a moon, though, doesn't it? And that's not the first time that's happened. And I've caught it on video quite a few times, which I wanted to pull up and share with y'all. Um, there's something either that's our sun that's really dim now, and they're using whatever to magnify its light, or I mean, we know that the UVC, the radiation is high, um, but when it starts to die out, it's stronger. When the I'm gonna mess that up, so I'm gonna leave that part alone for now. There's something up there, that's for sure, and I can't, I can make uh, guesses of what I'm seeing and what I'm catching on video, but it's speculation because I'm not sure. I just know that that is not our normal sun. And that thing that everybody keeps thinking is a full moon, this is not the first time that's happened. And I caught that on video when the other people thought it was a full moon. I'm like, no, it's a new moon, which means we won't see any moon at all. They're like, no, that's the moon. I'm like, no, that's supposed to be the sun. But then the ones I got where the big white glob moved out of the way, and then you see this tiny, 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 tiny thing, like a tenth of the size of our moon when it's full, even. Like, okay, so what is that? Is that our sun, and that they've got something to magnify it, reflect it? It's something weird. Our water patrol has been recovering. Yes, John, that is happening everywhere, all around the world. We even had four uh, what's the name of those whales wash up here that aren't even supposed to be in our water. Definitely not. Sean and Casey didn't make it back yet, did they? Oh, our son is definitely doing something, that's for sure. I know, I was thinking that too, John. Maybe they're doing a private Facebook thing. Maybe they're doing a duet. Oh, there she is. I don't know, sweetheart. I didn't touch anything. It just, I don't know what happened. I think I'm using the same program I used last night. Pretty sure of that. And last night there was no glitches at all for 6 hours and 40 minutes. So I don't know. We were just talking about you and Sean, since y'all hadn't returned yet. Or like maybe they're doing a private Facebook thing and doing their duet or something. You know, I know that used to happen on Mike's channel sometimes too. He'd start a chat and then it would go, and people would still be in the one room waiting. And he had actually, hi Patrick, he had actually had to start another stream. Usually it picks back up the same stream, but sometimes it doesn't. And that time it didn't. It made me start a new one. Oh, whatever the reason, I don't know. But I'm not touching anything, so. Yeah, we saw video of some deer, some fawns that were struggling in the water. Some guys in their john boats went out and rescued them and brought them into land. And I know the birds are definitely confused. Oh, are they? YouTube might be upgrading again or whatever. Or there's issues with satellites or whatever. There magnetos, whatever. Sometimes it's the company itself, updating their equipment or whatever, refreshing their servers or something. So that's good to know. It's not just me. See, Spencer, I told you I didn't touch anything. I doubt they're purposely trying to mess with them. Maybe they're trying to increase bandwidth or decrease bandwidth, or I don't know. I know that they stopped. I can't do live stream from my telephone or from my cell phone anymore because I have to have 1,000 subscribers. That they just changed this week because one night I did a live stream from my phone and the next night I couldn't. It told me they changed their policy. And you have to have 1,000 subscribers to be able to do live stream from your phone, which is a pain to try to shoot video of something happening. Like yesterday when I was trying to do the video of the SWAT team out here, I had to do it in 7 sections, because the phone's only going to hold so much at a time. And then each time I got to stop the video. And, so I was trying to upload part to YouTube. And then while I'm doing that, I can't shoot more video. So I missed half of the news. Well, I don't know. It's anything on the internet can have issues. Any computers and software and Wi-Fi, and we have so much frequency and energy and magnetic pulls and all kinds of stuff going on in the atmosphere right now. So I'm surprised we're able to do what we can do. Well, that too. Their algorithms. Um, I don't know. Some channels try to say that their stuff is taken down for certain reasons, and it's actually because they sometimes they use stuff that's copyrighted, and the algorithm will pick that up. But it'll show them in their community settings if they have something that had a copyright on it. Oh, you think so, Patrick? Yeah, that's definitely possible. We know that different news channels definitely tried to control the sway of elections here. I don't know. I know that sometimes people claim they're censoring them, and I'll go to 15 other. I'll search it and go to 15 other or 1,500 even other channels that are putting out the same thing, so it's not censoring the particular thing that they're talking about. But sometimes, like I said, they'll use something that's actually copyrighted, and that'll prevent the video. Like I did an innocent video of my job, the uh, the football field, and it happened to be a local reggae band was performing, and the video, picked up the sound, and since the sound was on there, it was blocked worldwide. So I could put that video up and say this, if I could, but I can't remove the sound because it was, in the video while I was shooting it. Um, but the video is blocked worldwide. And the only thing in it is because the reggae group apparently was singing a song that whoever owns the copyright to doesn't allow it to be shared. And this was a local band, playing their version, singing their version of it. So he got a strike for his own copyright. I don't know. The other person would have to prove it was their copyright. In order to strike someone, you have to claim the copyright is yours, and then there's all kinds of legal uh, jara, and then you can sue the person if they made a false claim on your copyrighted material. Yeah, well, the algorithms definitely can make mistakes. No, I'm not gonna say I love reptilians. Well, I mean, some lizards are okay. What was it? The bearded dragon. One of my customers had a bearded dragon, and yeah, I know Karen. Um, she had a bearded dragon, and so he was a really friendly lizard, and so I had him on my shoulder while I was making mixed drinks. It felt weird though when he tried to curl up in my hair. But yeah, so I was making drinks all night when I was working at the bar, and this bearded dragon sat right on my shoulder. So he was pretty cool for a lizard. I still don't like snakes though, or crocodiles or alligators. Those might be Satan might have created those creatures. I don't know. because it just seems so vicious and sneaky. And roaches. Satan might have created roaches. I don't think God created those because I think that we could do without them in the food chain. Nah, I would never want a pet snake. My daughter used to want a snake. And she used to talk about that when she was young. I'm like, okay, I tell you what, you can have a snake when you're an adult, and I promise I won't come visit you. You can come visit me, but I won't come to your house if you got a snake in it. My adopted brother had a snake once, and I went to clean his house. And while I was cleaning, I looked, and the snake wasn't in the aquarium. He said he didn't know what had happened to the snake. Well, later on that day, I heard gunfire next door, and then we saw the dead snake in the dumpster. So apparently, he had gotten out of the aquarium, even though the lid was still on it, and got into the neighbor's house, and the neighbor shot him. Um, I'm okay with spiders now. I used to kill them, even though I'm allergic to some of them. I used to kill them, but now I try not to kill them. So I don't know. Yeah. So apparently the snake, if they're strong enough, they actually can push the glass, like the seams of the glass open and slither their way out. And that's why the lid was still on it, because it actually loosened the seams. And then, there's snakes that have known to wrap around babies' necks, and yeah, no, especially the big ones, uh, uh, pythons and boa constrictors. No, 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 no. And I just think of when Satan was supposed to have when he went to Eve, he was supposed to be like in snake form. So I don't know. Oh, there is Sean. Glad you found us, Sean. Well, I didn't wasn't touching anything when it happened either. I promise. It just went off and made me start a new stream even. Because sometimes it'll do that, but it'll pick the stream right back up. This time it made me switch streams. I don't know that they're gross. They're scary to me. I never know what they're thinking, and they're sneaky, and they're. So I was at work one night, and I was going to unlock the office door, and my work keys I have on, I have this long string on them and this extra hook on them, right? So I felt something hit my leg, and at first I'm thinking it's my keys. I'm like, wait a minute, my keys are in the door, so that wasn't the keys that hit my leg, and I looked down, and it was a snake right there at the door, and I backed up slowly, and I'm like, alrighty then, I'm just gonna wait for that snake to go on about his business. And I waited an hour and a half before I could go in the office door because that snake was there. And then we have some poisonous ones out there at work. So, but last year, they weren't that big. But they say the smaller the snake is, the more poisonous his venom is. Especially the cottonmouths. Anyway, I just don't. I don't care how small. I don't like snake. I don't like worms either. Even though I used to use bloodworms for fishing. I still couldn't touch them with my hands. I'd have to put on one of those rubber gloves and then take my pliers and my knife and cut them like that, and then put them on. I would put them on my fish hook with pliers because I just didn't want to touch them. I didn't want them. I didn't want to feel them squirming in my hand. Right, John. Yeah. So last year we had so many snakes. It was crazy. I mean, crazy. They were up 8 stories high on the roof. They were everywhere, all different kinds. I mean, it just came out. It was ridiculous. But this winter, I didn't see any mice, any rats, anything normal. So I'm wondering. Yeah, I'm wondering what's happening because we should have seen some evidence of them. Oh, John, I know you feel bad with a fever. It makes your body all achy. I haven't even I haven't taken my temperature in years. Mine's lower than normal anyway, so when I have a fever of 101, it's like somebody else having a fever of 103. Maybe his body can fight it if he gets enough rest. His white count can. Are you sure it's just 101 and not higher, John? Did the doctor say you have the flu? Oh, yeah, that it's definitely hard to think straight. And as it goes higher, it affects the brain. I think he started getting sick a couple of days ago. So it's still just me talking. Ding ding dong, ding a ding 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 dong. The line is open. I know, John. When did you start taking the antibiotics? Well, I'm hoping he went to the doctors. I'm hoping that he these are fresh antibiotics. Yes, they do take a few days to work. Oh, I see the doctor is back. Yes, yeah, Patrick. 105 is very dangerous for the brain. John, you did go to the doctors, right? That'd be a long, expensive trip, Casey. You could FedEx it to them quicker, because they'll fly it from one state to the other and then put it on one of their local trucks. Yeah, the doctor is back. He was pretty entertaining earlier today when I was doing a practice run. Y'all are so cute. Oh, come on. No, hospitals. No, no, no. Hospitals have so many germs, it isn't funny. Matter of fact, my daughter's grandfather was in the hospital and he died. Well, my daughter's aunt, his youngest daughter, or his second youngest daughter, was visiting him at the hospital and got sick, and she died 2 weeks later. Uh, Hospital. That matter of fact, they tell you this time of year, especially if you don't like when you have to take someone to the ER. They're like, if you don't have to come in, don't even come in. Yeah, yeah, Patrick, that's true. And when my daughter was in the hospital, she was neutropenic from the chemotherapy, which wiped out her neutrophil count. And so when a person has that low of an immune system, they can't even eat fresh fruit. And we would have to wear a mask and gloves and everything to even go in the room she was in. Okay, doctor. You go cure somebody. Save the world. Yeah, no doubt, Casey. But yeah, we had well, like my sister was in the hospital a couple of weeks ago, and she said she was in the ER, and she called me and she's like, Judy, this is the scariest thing I've ever seen. She's like, it's straight pandemonium here. It is so crazy that she's like, it's like a war zone. She was scared. Everybody there was scared. The doctors, the nurses, everybody was like on panic mode. There was so many sick people and they didn't have beds for them, and it was nuts. She stayed on a gurney for like 28 hours before they could get her a bed. And we got quite a few hospitals around here. They're all really close to each other too. But and then I know a couple of years ago they just came out point blank and told you don't come visit people, don't bring children especially. Um, yeah, the hospitals were that's when the flu epidemic was really bad, and there was a lot of kids dying from the flu. It was really, really bad. It was like every time you turned around, there was a 1-year-old or a 2-year-old dying from the flu. This was about, I don't know, maybe 8, 9, 10 years ago when I worked at the bar, and one of our customers, their child died from the flu, and then it came on the news while they were sitting there that 2 children in North Carolina died from the flu, and then it just kept going on and on and on. It was really bad. Well, yeah, Patrick. Yeah, the antibiotics. That's the bad thing about them is that these things come back stronger, and then those antibiotics don't work for them. Oh, really? Thank you for that, Casey. So you're a good moderator. Um, yeah, well, it's like that. As a matter of fact, the doctor that I used to date, he was against the use of antibiotics for a lot of things. And well, not just antibiotics, but like he was saying for hepatitis, back then it was only hepatitis A and B, and he said eventually it'd be hepatitis KLMNOP. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah. He's like, every time we quote unquote find a cure for something, it just comes back stronger. He said that back in 1983, and he was right because now we got hepatitis C, we got hepatitis what up to G, I think, different strands of hepatitis. And the cold, they say you never catch the same cold twice. The doctor channel, he has my channel on there. Oh, really? That's interesting. I did not know that because first time I saw him was today. Maybe that's Spinny doing something. Let me go see. Go to channel. Cured. He's got me under cured. That's cute. Okay. And he's got one called Cannot Be Cured. And then he's got one called To Be, or I guess 3 To Be Cured. He's got a sense of humor. I'll have to ask him what he cured me of. Sure, Casey. Good evening, beautiful. You're live on the air.
Good morning. Good evening.
Yeah,
I almost
said good morning
every time I go outside, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said I almost said good morning too. Is Karen leaving us?
I know. I have no concept of time, seriously, like none. these dogs, when I was trying to come outside to talk to you, they started following me. Well, their nails are so long now that they sound like they're tap dancing. Here.
That's cute.
Okay, so I'm going to tell y'all a joke, and it's not a bad one, because I love every man and every woman in the whole entire world. But I just thought it was cute. And people probably have already heard it before. But okay, how do they name their children in China? How do they come up with their names and the kids' names in China?
I don't know.
They take a spoon and they drop it down the steps and they hear ting ping.
Okay. That was cute. Hey, what happened to Skype? All right. Hold on, Casey. I don't know what happened to Skype. The Skype just went bloop for no reason. That was strange. Maybe the algorithm didn't like the ching ting thing. Yeah, Skype just shut down for no reason. Call back. I don't know if the algorithm didn't like ching ting or what. I don't know. All right, let's try this again, Casey.
Are you there?
Yeah, are you there?
Yeah, I just wish that you guys could have seen like my brother's girlfriend like tell that, because she is like a beauty queen. I kid you not. She's like a really gorgeous girl, and almost like a Barbie doll. If I could like give a description of this girl, I mean, really angelic face, long blonde hair, blue eyes. She's just really pretty, but she's so shy and like she does well, kind of, until she opens up and gets warm tea and gets to know you. Then she'll talk. But the way she did it with her cute little teeth and her smile when she was like, that was like when she was meeting everybody here for like the first time. And that was a great way to warm it up, because the way she put her little neck inside her, like her chin in her neck, you know, like kind of like when a turtle gets shy. If I could give that analogy, she was like, the way she said it was like, ting, 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 ting. It was just so cute. Couldn't believe how cute it was.
All right, so I have a joke, and it's just a joke, okay? But it's one that my daughter. It's one that my daughter told me when she was young, and I just thought it was cute because it was clean. All right, so you know Michael Jackson had his skin lightened and all of that, right? And him and his sister looked quite a bit alike after that. So anyway, here's the joke. So this reporter was interviewing Lisa Presley's father and asked him how did he feel about Lisa Presley marrying Michael Jackson. And the father said, well, I don't feel like it's right for a white woman to marry a white woman. And I like Michael Jackson, so I'm, but I just thought it was cute because, a lot of people try to say that that's what he looked like, after he, had the surgeries and the skin lightening and all that. So, you're expecting the joke to be really bad, right? And it kind of was funny. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to take a hit off my puffer.
Oh.
Because like whenever I eat, like ever since I've had this pneumonia, like what it does to me is when I eat, it must like work up a lot of mucus. Like I don't know, it does something when you eat. It makes you cough. I don't know what it is. What do you think it is? Because eating isn't anything lung related, is it? Or maybe it is with your breathing pattern. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you're allergic to something you're eating.
Oh, I don't know. I definitely have had pneumonia.
Is it every time you eat?
No, it's just been since I've been sick.
Oh, well, probably the chewing itself the action of chewing is probably like massaging your sinus canals, or because it's moving your sinus canals around. And maybe that is stimulating the sinus canals, and maybe the sinuses then start to drain at that point, because there's ways you can massage your sinuses to release some of that congestion. And you have 4 different sinus canals, and everybody knows the ones like alongside the nose, under the eyes, and then you got the ones above the bridge of your eyebrows, and then you got the mastoid is behind your ear, that bone behind your ear. It's called a mastoid bone, and right behind that bone is the mastoid sinus canals.
I had to be on, I'm not going to give up, like, going over there on the fields and stuff with the girls, in softball. So I had to, I took the liberty myself of canceling an appointment that I probably should have went to, because they were going to do a follow-up, on the pneumonia and stuff, and, retake x-rays to see the scarring, So maybe I should have stuck with that, because I don't know if it's, like, still with me or not. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I go on the 16th, though, so. It's not that far away. It's only a week away now.
Oh, yeah. What is today's date? Where are we at? I don't even know anymore.
The 9th. Yeah, it's the 9th.
Wow.
I know.
Oh, that's right. It's Tuesday, right?
Yes.
Oh, I got to put the trash out tonight before I forget.
Oh, my goodness gracious. And I'll tell you what, we call them blues, okay? Like our refs for the games and stuff. He could not call nothing on that field, man. I was getting so aggravated, but, I kept my patience. And it's like, I can't believe some refs just, you got 2 of them. You got one on the infield, you got one on the outfield. And if you've got one on the infield that's calling a bad call, and the one on the outfield is saying, arguing with the ref and saying, look, you are absolutely wrong on that call. We had them arguing today. That's how bad the calls were. Because, like, they could hear us, like they're in the dugout, like, no way. That was totally over that plate.
Right.
And he was called. Seriously, you can't get no straight down the line when we're like that. And it's like, so we lost, like, by 4. But, gosh, you ought to have seen it, because, like, the first inning was like, they were ahead 4. And by the 3rd inning, we were caught up with them. And then, like, oh, man, they were head-to-head. We were, like, 9-9. I'm talking even. And then, like, oh, my goodness, when he started making all those bad calls, it just totally just bummed the girls out. Because we lost because of those bad calls. It's not about winning. Yeah, we get that. But, like, it's not fair when you have someone clearly on the outfield can call it better than one that's behind us, like, our infield ref.
Right.
Like, I was so upset. But, I brought them a bunch of snacks and stuff, so they were in better spirit. I got them, like, little sweet tart ropes and stuff like that. And, yeah, the Big League Chew. I'm going to buy a case of it, I kid you not. They're going to come, how they're all about this equality stuff, with women and men, and they're like, really, like, Girl Scouts can be in the Boy Scouts and that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Well, Big League Chew is actually putting a girl on their packaging now.
Really?
So I thought I thought that was interesting. So I guess I'm going to get, we do party bags at the end of the year. And I'm just going to get hopefully they'll have it by then. I'm hoping so I can get, the girls each their own.
So is that a chewing gum? No, you're not talking about a tobacco chew, right?
No, it's Big League chewing gum.
Okay.
It looks like it's real snuff, because it comes in the aluminum bag.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a really nasty gum, to be honest with you. Any gum with sugar in it is gross.
Are you sure it doesn't contain nicotine?
Oh, no. Good God, no. This is something that kids walk around in their back pockets at the ballparks with, They kind of do promote it like tobacco, really, which I'm really surprised it's hung in there for so long because of that. But, oh, yeah, kids love this stuff. And it's not like any nicotine. It's just a gum that kids chew. But Dad said, like, when he was young, oh, my gosh, I wish they did that today. They have, like baseball cards that he said he used to get with pop bottle deposits. And he had, like, a bunch of cards, and you would get, like, one little stick of gum. And he said, so he's got some of them around here. I'd have to look at some of them. Some of them he won't even let you touch because they're like in little plastic things.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know who some of them are because they're pretty old, but and some of them are in black and white. I was like, whoa, these are old, which came from his father, you know.
Right.
See, they need to get stuff like that back going again. I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'd like to have a Joey Votto one. Joey Votto's my guy, man. I don't care if people don't like him or not. I'm a Votto fan. I always will be. I mean, you got to be for your home team, you know, whether they could be good or bad. I mean, I'm totally for the Cubs too, but yeah, for sure, you got to be a home team supporter. Who's your home team in Virginia? You guys?
I don't. You know who I pick nowadays if I do watch any sports? I pick the one where they have the most Christians on the team.
Do you really?
Yeah,
How
I
do you
really
know
do.
that?
By watching
How do you know-
interviews, and stuff, and I'm like, oh, that is a beautiful Christian there. That's my team now, you know. And then when if they're not there anymore, then I go research some more and I find another one. Oh, that's my team now because that guy is, you know, like the starters or whatever, one of the important players that's a Christian. That's my team. So it's funny how I've changed so much, you know.
You know what's really cool is two movies that I've seen. I love baseball movies. So like Angels in the Outfield is a good one. There's also, of course, the famous one that everybody knows, which is, you know, what is that one called? If you build it, they will come. Oh, Field of Dreams. But my all-time favorite baseball kid show is, I don't know if you've ever heard of it before, but it's hilarious. Every kid in the world has to see it. And oh gosh, I'm getting a brain. Oh goodness gracious, why can I not think sometimes?
I don't know. You know, my favorite sports movie was The Blind Side, because it was a true story of a Christian family that took in the
Sandra
poor.
Bullock was in that one.
Who?
Sandra Bullock.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. John said Tom Hanks.
Yeah, Tom Hanks was in. So that's a true story too about during the war how the girls had to like pick up like the sport. And Roseanne was it not?
Oh yeah, I know what movie you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I forget what that one's called. That's a good one too.
Yeah. I don't know. Nowadays I like um really uplifting moral ethical stories that relate to someone having their faith in God and doing God's work. Oh, you getting an echo now, John? Oh, really? It's echoing? Casey, say something.
Okay, that's what I was trying to think of. The Sandlot. You, John, you have got to get the movie The Sandlot for your grandson. It is every kid's favorite baseball movie. It's educational too. Like a lot of kids don't even know who, you know, the king of SWAT, the great Bambino. Everybody knows who this man is I'm talking about. He's the king of baseball. Who is he? Babe Ruth. Like, you've got to get that movie Sandlot. It is so cool. John, promise me I'll mail it to the kid. Because I tell you what, that is the best movie for a kid to watch. You know, especially just to get them in their heart to getting outside and wanting to play the sport, you know. I think it's so important that kids play. There's so much structure in sport. I love this time of year. Like, I'll be lucky to hardly be on YouTube at all this summer because I'm out there all summer, all fall long with all these girls, and it's just that they're inspirational to me. You know,
right.
I do know a lot about the sport, and I tell you what, man, these girls they're special. They're really special girls. They're the tightest team. You know what? The best way to tell a good team is when you don't have to have the pitchers. You know, like the coaches, like yelling on the sidelines, telling them what to do.
Mm-hmm.
You just watch it. You just watch that ball sail. You know, from base. You know, from the catcher to the pitcher. It's just like it goes with no words. It's just a movement. You know what I mean? If I could take you into that, It's like you just watch them, just you hear the glove, kabap, 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 out. You know what I mean? I just love ball. Ball is just so cool. Okay, I'm done.
Oh, you're fine. I hear your passion for it.
My head's in the game this year. It's like, oh yeah, and the middle school is having an art contest to see if somebody can like redo the mascot, which is the wolf. So they're giving the kids an opportunity to come up with a new mascot by design. And if they use that kid, they get like $100 Amazon card. Plus they get free spirit wear. You know, like the T-shirt and the sweatpants and the hoodie. It's like over $200 in merchandise. The water bottles and stuff like that. So I'm really going to be super psyched to see what these kids come in. I hope they don't pick a scary wolf. I mean, the one that we got is kind of really cartoonish right now. So I think that they want to bring in more of like an aggressive approach, kind of like like if you could see, some fangs or something like that. But I hope it's nothing demonic. No red eyes. See, when they do this contest, they should have like rules. You know what I mean? But yeah, we'll see what they come up with.
Yeah, there's no telling.
Because the echoes on, because I'm hearing some people say that the echoes.
Yeah, I'm asking now. Oh, I guess John said it's okay now.
Cool. Yeah, and hope and pray to God. We've been praying so hard for you, John.
Yeah, I was getting a little worried. And I was so glad when I got his text message.
Well, for him to even have a fever even after 4 days is still not good. He better get well. Take a nice Epsom salt bath. And don't have it too warm, kind of lukewarmish cold. You know what I mean? That'll knock a fever out, won't it, Judy?
Well, see, the purpose of a fever, the reason you get a fever is because your white count goes up really high to fight an infection. And what I used to do with my daughter and I, when we were younger, is we would let the fever run its course. And whatever it was, usually within 4 or 5 hours, whatever we were getting would be gone. Like we'd start to get a fever, and instead of trying to break the fever, we just suffered through and let the fever run its course. And within hours, whatever it was, we felt well again. You know what I mean? So, that's just my personal belief on that. On if you can, fevers make you feel miserable, but if you can let it run its course, just cover up with a bunch of blankets and let your body do its job, then now that doesn't always work, obviously. And if you have a fever over 3 days, then you definitely need to see a doctor. But that's what I used to do when we were young and healthy. It might be different now. Now that I'm older.
I really hope John and then have the opportunity to put that little guy of theirs in T-ball. I mean, out of all ages, T-ball is the absolute most fun to watch.
Oh, I don't know. There's some cute little kids on the soccer field too. There was this little 2-year-old out there playing with the 4-year-olds, and I guess it was one of the coach's children, and that's why they were on the field with the 4-year-olds, because they don't even start them until they're 4 over there. And it was the cutest thing ever.
They got those little bandanas on their heads.
And the little football players, oh my goodness. It's so intense. It's so intense, and I want both teams to win. When there's children, I don't want either, or even college students, because they get so upset when they lose. I don't like to see either team lose, so I have trouble with it because I'm like, I want both teams to win, even though I know they can't. And they walk back to the locker rooms looking all sad, and I try to tell them, look, it was a 50-50 chance when you got here. One team has to win. Only one team can win. You made it to the playoffs, so you did well all year. And next year you'll be bragging about making it to the playoffs. So don't Don't let it bother you too
That's
much
right.
now, because it's just like if you have a professional team and they keep going to the Super Bowl. Well, you know, you're disappointed when they don't win that year, but trust me, next year you'll be saying, hey, we went to the Super Bowl 5 years in a row, you know?
Yeah.
So even if they didn't win, they're going to claim those rights that they went to the Super Bowl. So I try to tell them that when they were walking all back to the locker rooms all sad. I'm like, look, y'all made it to the playoffs, you know? You made it to the championship game. So it was 50-50 when you came in, you know? So go ahead, you know, take that long bus ride back home with a smile on your face, because next year you'll be bragging about making it here, you know? But it's sad. It's sad to see them so hurt over a game.
Oh yeah.
You know.
They all get that way though, you know, especially when they're young, you know. And it really depends on the parent more so than anything else, because I know from experience that some of those parents out there, they take that game way more serious than the kid ever did. You know,
I used to date he was a PE teacher and a basketball coach, and let me tell you, he took it worse than the kids did. I did not like it when they lost the game, because I knew for a whole week he would be, you know, yeah, in a bad mood. I mean, he would be like depressed, you know. He didn't really, you know, get angry. He'd just be so withdrawn, and I'm like, dude, it's just a game.
The number one rule to our girls is you do not throw your equipment. No matter how bad of a play you think you did, it's dangerous to throw equipment because it can ricochet and bounce off that ground.
Right.
And I have literally seen coaches try to do these rules that, you know, because it's rules for all. It's not, I mean, it's for every team. But I've seen them so livid, you know, that they've thrown baseball bats. They've whipped balls, you know. It's like, are you kidding me? Why don't you lead by example, you know? They get so livid, and they're so hard. Some coaches are just so hard on their teams. And then that's when it becomes not fun anymore to those girls. You can literally see the spirit, like, draining out of these girls, like, oh, golly. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or like, what I'll tell you one thing that really made me mad is when this girl made this bad play and he made her run. Like when the team's gathering, the coach is going over flaws and good plays and stuff. You know, after a game, and he made this one girl run, and I was like, no, it was like 100 and something degree day.
Wow.
That girl she was throwing up in the garbage can after she got done running. I was like, that is not.
She had heat exhaustion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The parents of that girl were livid. I mean, they were having words with that coach, and they weren't very kind ones either.
Wow.
Yeah, some people can take it way too serious.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't remember if they play. I don't remember if they lost or won. I really don't remember that. I know that I do know that they were keeping up. I mean, it was hit after hit, you know, run after run. They were keeping up, but I just honestly don't remember. See that? There you go. It just I can't remember if we won or lost. So it's like that's how what I mean. Why they took the spirit out of people. It's like then the game wasn't a game anymore to nobody, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spencer says when I retire, we'll go fishing. Guess I'll never go fishing if I gotta wait to retire. Cause
gotta take for catfishing.
That's never gonna happen. Yeah, I haven't been catfishing yet.
It is awesome. The rods are expensive because they're like really like they're long. They're really thick and long. You know they got to be a stronger pole for a bigger fish like that. So they're a little bit on the high side, but man, there ain't nothing like night fishing. You get to hear all the frogs and I mean, even hearing and sometimes if the light is captured just right, you can see them jumping for bugs above the water.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean. There ain't nothing like fishing.
Yep. Fishing is relaxing. John says he used to fly for the football Cardinal to a private lake in Somebody. Jimmy Hart.
Saskatchewan.
Yeah, that place. uh, no roads in seaplane. 45-pound fish all day long.
God bless you, John, but are we really supposed to know what you're talking about? I used to fly the football cardinal to a private lake. What is a football cardinal? Is that a plane? Yeah.
I don't
Football
know.
cardinal. Yeah, that is a plane. I think.
I don't know, because the Cardinals was a baseball team.
Yeah,
and we were
they
talking
sure
about
were.
football and baseball. And then we were talking about fishing.
I don't know who Jimmy Hart is. Do you know who Jimmy Hart?
Uh-uh.
Oh, a professional football team.
Oh, okay.
I used to fly the football cardinal. Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Oh, okay.
Okay, see, yeah. Yeah, what is wrong with my brain?
I don't know. Whatever it was wrong with mine too.
I don't know what it is either.
Because I was lost for a second. Yeah, fishing is very relaxing. I used to love to go in the evenings, and I'd take my music out there, and I'll be talking mess. Especially like when I go out there and I would see I had these mixtapes, and there'd be some country on there, and there'd be a rap song on there, and there would be some rock on there and some classical, and I mean they would just all mix some jazz, because I like everything, so I'd put what I liked on my tapes, and it was a mixture. So anyway, so I'm talking mess going down the fishing pier, right? Because I see the dolphins swimming, which means they're following the smaller fish, and I see the seagulls feeding, right? So I know the fish are coming, right? And so I'm like, yeah, 20 minutes. I'm gonna serenade them with this music, and the fish will be biting. Y'all get ready, right? I'm talking mess going down the fishing pier, and so about 15 minutes later, here come the fish. Do you know everybody was running down to me, and this was music that they wouldn't have, cared for, right? They're running down to me. They're like, make me a copy of that tape, because fishing people believe whatever works. Like if they have a lucky hat or whatever, they just believe that brings some luck when it comes to fishing. So they really believe that tape worked. And I'm thinking to myself, come on, y'all, common sense. The dolphins were out there, the seagulls were out there feeding, and they were headed this way. That means the fish were headed this way. But they were coming down there pulling money out of their pockets. Make me a copy of that tape. It was so funny. I used to have a ball out there. Jimmy was the quarterback, maid service and all. They would fish, drink, and eat for 5 days. Yeah, that's a vacation. To be off work and fish for 5 days straight. Yes, that would be oh my gosh, St. Thomas, the water is so beautiful there. I wanted to go fishing there so bad.
Where's that at?
The Virgin Islands.
Oh, okay.
The U.S. Virgin Islands.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, the water.
I didn't do good in geography.
That's okay. I'm not good in geography either. The reason why I know where it's at is because I went there. And the water was so beautiful. It was like 30 years ago, and I've always wanted to go back, but the water is amazing. When you look at that, there's a God there. It's just it's so beautiful.
That's how I thought about Sarasota, Florida. The sand was so white it blinded you.
Yeah,
and the waters were so blue.
Yeah, the sand there is white too, and the water is like aqua. blue.
It's like baby powder when you get in it.
And then
the sand, it's gorgeous.
The water's so clear there that you can see your toenail polish, your you know, your toe jewelry, like your toe rings and stuff. Yeah, the water was just so, but it was a little salty, you know, a little thick, but it was, you know, the saltier the water, the better you can float. Matter of fact,
Really?
yeah, they say nobody can drown in the Dead Sea because it's so salty. You're gonna float. Even if you tried to drown yourself, you couldn't. You're gonna float because it's so salty. Yeah, the buoyancy. Yeah.
Huh.
Did you know life is coming back to the Dead Sea?
Yes, I did. I heard that.
Yeah.
Yep. And you know what that is? That's definitely biblical stuff there.
Oh, absolutely.
I think that was daughter maybe said that in the chat one night. And you were like, yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah.
She must be off grid. I know she said something about getting ready to go off grid again. So that's probably where she's at tonight. We ain't seen her in the chat.
Who?
Daughter of the Most High.
Oh.
Yeah, last few nights she's been here.
Yeah. Well, it's early though too, compared to.
That's true. Yeah.
You know. I mean, it's not early. It's oh my gosh, it's almost midnight. But you know, for some of the people that would show up in the room, it's early. No, it might be late for her. I don't remember what time she showed up. I don't know.
Yeah.
My days are running together.
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and get my butt off of here because I am going to try to have a little bit of an early night. I'll stay on for a little while longer, but it is getting really heavy to breathe. I think I'm going to have to break out a nebulizer or maybe do a breathing treatment while I'm out there in the chat.
Okay.
That puffer is not working on me tonight for some reason.
Probably high pollen count.
Yeah, and I was outside literally all day, but I'll tell you what, there was no chemtrailing today. And then you look behind you, and then you see like 3 or 4 planes with a thin little white line, and I'm like, yeah. So much for the pretty day, you know?
Right.
I mean, we had clear, beautiful skies, and then boom. So I would imagine if I went out there now, I probably couldn't even see a star.
Yeah, I don't know. Here, when right before I started the show, I was outside and I could see the stars and the blue sky, which should have been black, and the earth shine. You know, the ball that causes the crescent moon. Yeah, it was shining pretty bright. But yeah, that's all the stars and all. So it was clear out tonight. It wasn't clear today. All day it wasn't clear, but it's clear now.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, sweetie. Well, God bless you. I'm going to go ahead and get off of here.
God bless you, young lady.
And I hope everybody calls.
Yeah.
So I broke the ice, so now it's up to somebody else.
Oh, it's Patrick's birthday. What? You got to sing happy birthday to Patrick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you said you could sing. Let's hear it, girl.
Yeah, but not today because of my breathing, please.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Happy birthday, Patrick.
Yeah, I'll definitely say it in the chat, though.
Okay.
God bless you all.
All right. God bless you, young lady.
God bless you, and I'll talk to you soon, okay?
Okay. All right, Patrick.
Bye.
Bye, sweetheart. Patrick, we know I can't sing a lick, and I don't even pretend to be able to sing. I did have a couple of songs that I used to sing karaoke. I did okay on, but anyway, that was back in the day. Anyway, Patrick, I'm going to sing a brief little happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, God loves you. Happy birthday, God loves you. Happy birthday, dear Patrick. Happy birthday to you. There you go. Oh, you're just a baby, Spence. I can't believe I did that live, but yeah. Happy birthday, dude. And many, many more. All righty, Spence. Free dances, huh? When was your birthday? John, when's your birthday? Oh no, you're fine, Spence. I used to be a dancer. I'm not probably not the kind you're used to though. Oh, that's right. Darn it. How could I forget that? Square dancing, right. That's right. You and my granddaughter have the same birthday, January 5th. I don't know why I forgot that. I should have remembered that very easily. I won't forget. Look, I won't forget it now. Shoe models, show models. Okay, so who's going to be the next caller? Oh, So yeah, John, someone actually sent me a message earlier today about last night's show and told me that I shouldn't have been talking about Michael Jackson. And then they actually brought up the maid thing and how the maid came out and said that she found underwear in the bed and that Michael told her it was their little secret. And anyway, now that just, here's another person. Michael's gone, so they can't get any more money off Michael. Now all of a sudden they have a conscience, but they didn't have a conscience when Michael was alive and this was supposed to have happened, that they didn't go to somebody. So now they want to claim that. Yeah. So anyway, and I like the person that, sent me the message, but I disagree with what they said and said that I shouldn't have certain topics on the show, but the show is about whatever comes to people's mind, and then we can still find a way to relate it to God or to lead them to God. But I don't know. I guess they were upset that I defended Michael, and I just don't feel like he was guilty. So, and what I know about child molesters is, especially once they get that age, that they have history somewhere. If they didn't just become that way, they've been that way all their life. If that's what, because what you're attracted to sexually develops in your brain young before you even become aware of your sexuality. That part, that connection is made in the brain. So to be 50 years old and not have any evidence of anything until these two people come up with these stories, and there still wasn't any evidence, it was just two stories. um yeah, it didn't didn't fit the profile of a typical child molester. Now granted, there's going to be some out there that don't fit the profile, but my spirit doesn't tell me he was guilty, so that's that. Nope, 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 Spencer. Michael liked kids because he wanted to be a kid. He wanted to give them, he was living vicariously through them. He was living his childhood through them. Yeah, exactly, Patrick. No, Spencer, there's no evidence to support that. There's two people that were trying to make money, and then the maid trying to make money after his death. And it just, there's no support of that. They found nothing. See, had they found, and that's what I was waiting on when the police first raided his homes, is I was like, well, if he's into children like that, Sound? Do we have sound?
Sound.
Okay. Now I have sound. Good gracious. That was crazy. Oh, okay, hold on. Hold on, baby. You can call. Let me start Skype back up because I closed out Skype trying to get the sound to work. But I got it back now, so I don't know what happened. Can y'all hear me?
Can y'all hear me?
Okay.
Can y'all hear me?
Okay. Sorry about the echo. Oops, sorry about that. That was I had to test it on my phone to make sure y'all could hear me. So, Lulu, you gonna call in? That would be awesome. Do 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 do. Okay, cool. Yes, John. True that. Oops. Okay. We'll wait on beautiful Lulu to call in with her amazing accent. Okay, so what am I missing while I was doing what I was doing? Oh, come on, not again. Oh, there we go. Okay. Did who else came in the room? Oh, hey, Dynasty. All right. Oven gloves. See, I wasn't touching anything when that happened, Spencer. I wasn't touching anything at all. And if I don't touch anything after it does it, I have to, then it's not going to resolve on its own. So I don't know what to say because that's twice now, I wasn't touching anything when that happened. But this time it was just the sound went out. So I don't know why. Y'all are funny. I'll figure it out one of these days when I have time. But is Lulu calling in? Waiting on Lulu. There we go. Good morning or afternoon where you are. You're live on the air. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, girl. How you doing, beautiful?
Yeah, not too bad. Yourself?
I'm doing all right. How are things in Australia?
Oh, pretty good today, actually. We've got a break in the weather. We haven't had rain for 2 days, which is good. I'm over the wet season, I'm over the rain. Trying to drain a swimming pool for the last couple of weeks, and every day we had showers, so now I get to finally drain the swimming pool. But no, it's cool. No, all good. Always good.
Yeah, I love swimming.
Pardon?
I said I absolutely love swimming.
I do too.
Yeah.
In the ocean. I love spear fishing.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
even snorkeling. I have a gun in my hand.
Yeah, anything to do with water, I love it.
Well, I'm a Pisces, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm a fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, summertime is my favorite because I absolutely love swimming. And yeah, if it was up to me, I'd have my own pool so I could swim 24/7.
Yeah, well, I'm getting rid of my pool because I'm the only one here now, and the boys only come up on school holidays when they're not at school. I send them out to school.
Right.
I don't like school because there's a lot of social issues there. But yeah, no, I thought, no, I'm going to get rid of the pool. It's a really large above ground pool. It's not an in ground one, but a few weeks ago I looked at it, I've gone, I could just breed some fish in here. Go fishing in my backyard. So, anyway. So do you live near the water?
Well, yeah, I live near the ocean.
Yeah, yeah.
But I won't swim in our ocean anymore.
You won't swim in the ocean anymore?
Not here. The water's too dirty. The water's dirty. And the riptides are terrible.
Yeah. Now we have beautiful water here. Unfortunately, we just can't swim because of the crocodiles. But we still do. We still go out to the reef, and only a couple of my friends have seen crocodiles. I've not seen one yet. I think I'd have a heart attack if I saw one.
Oh my goodness. Yes, I would.
But I can cope with sharks and big groper and things like that. But now I'll have a heart attack if I saw a crocodile out in the reef.
Yeah, no. See, I don't want anything touching me in the water. No, that's why I like swimming pools.
Yeah. But I've grown up on the coast all my life, and I've been in salt water all my life. I'm just used to it. Yeah,
right.
But anyway.
Now, I'll swim in the water like at St. Thomas. The water was so clear, you know. You would see a fish 100 miles away coming at you in that water. So I definitely love to swim in that ocean. But the ocean here, I might go in it once, the whole summer. But yeah. It's
my friends can dive, the 20-meter and catch fish, big fish like mackerel. Dive for mackerel at 20 meters. I can't do that on big silk. I only do between 2 and 5 meters where I can see.
Right.
So I even swim back to the boat when I see a big shark.
I hope so.
I'm just chasing crayfish because I know like the bommies I swim around, they're only around that 2-meter mark. So I'm quite happy to spearing crayfish and little fish, but I'm not into that 20-meter diving off ledges. It just freaks me out.
Right.
Yeah. If you ever come to Australia, I'll have to take you out to the reef. Beautiful.
Yeah.
I like it when the big, lots of green turtles, big turtles.
Yeah.
Dugong. I think you call them, I don't know what you guys call dugong, like sea cow. Manatees, I think you call them. Yeah, I'm not sure. But they're all protected where I go swimming, so it's good to see them in the wild. Yeah.
We've had a bunch of shark attacks here the last couple of years, here and in North Carolina. And every time they're like, well, these sharks don't normally come in that close. And yeah, we've had a lot of shark attacks. But the thing here is you can't go in at dusk or dawn when they're feeding. That's when they're feeding. And for whatever reason, now they come in really close to our shore. And it was sad because there was this newlywed couple down here, on their honeymoon, and they went in the water. They both got bit by sharks, but his wife died. And then there was like this 9-year-old boy that lost one of his legs and half his arm. And I mean, it's just like every year now there's somebody getting, either killed or maimed severely from shark attacks here.
Yeah. Did you say they're great white sharks or reef sharks?
No, these are like hammerheads and yeah, all different kinds of sharks. There's been all different kinds of type of sharks that have attacked, and like I said, they used to say, well, they don't come in that close. Well, they do now. you know,
the
but
warmer water, the oceans are warming up.
exactly.
And we're getting a lot of bull sharks now. So we used to see bull sharks, and you know, you never used to really see a lot of bull sharks, but now they're just moving in, and they're even moving into waters like rivers that don't have a lot of salinity, like that they can cope in sort of fresher water, which isn't good. They're adapting to our climate now because of our waters. Our ocean temperatures are getting higher. So
right. Yeah, we've had
yeah.
sperm whales wash up, you know, and everything around here now, things that we didn't used to see in our water. So
yeah, not good. I'm a reef advocate. I'm just really sad how the reef is at the moment. Oh, the Great Barrier Reef. It's not good.
right.
It's dying, it's bleaching.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think the sun's doing that. The UVC rays from the sun is bleaching the coral reefs everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and one of the solutions we've thought about is pumping colder water from deeper water and pumping the colder water out onto the reef. But in saying that, that's a good idea. But what they're going to do is they're going to end up pumping, you know, organisms from deeper water onto the reef that's not meant to be there.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they manage this bleaching. Yeah, because every time I go out there, it always looks different, right? And I'm always generally in the same sort of section of reef, but every year it looks different. Pretty sad.
Yeah, it is. All of God's beautiful creations and is
even turtle catchers get confused because I mean I don't know whether it's got something to do with the moon, but they're getting disorientated and they're not making it into the water in the numbers they should be.
right.
So I've camped out on one of the islands and we watched some hatchlings sort of come up out of their nest and head for the water, but then they just turn around and come back to the shore. They don't end up in the water, and we're sitting there thinking, what's going on with these little hatchlings? Like they're so close to the water, but they've got to the water line and they've turned around and head back up onto the shore where we were sitting.
Wow.
And we thought maybe it might have been the fire and the light. The light from the fire is like, no, they got disorientated, and we put as many as we could in the water, but when we wake up the next morning, those little turtles, the little hatchlings, ended up back on the shore. They died, and there would have been about 80 of them. I didn't make it. Yeah.
Aw, that's sad.
There's something going on even with the moon.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Well, our moon didn't used to be, you know, this bright, white, crazy looking thing. And we didn't used to have earth shine where we could see the earth shining when it was a crescent moon. And like I said, every night that the moon rises, it rises deep red. So there's something in our horizon, you know, before it gets up to a certain level in the sky or a certain degree in the sky that is causing the red. Oh yeah, the whole
it's orange, so probably a similar color, but I see a really big. When it's a full moon, that you see for moons, they're really deep orange, sort of blood orange.
Yeah.
Blood orange, for a better word, yeah.
Yeah. You need to take some pictures and video of it when you can.
Yeah, no, I tried it. Last time we had one, I was trying to get a picture of it as it was coming over the horizon, but then it just walked past me. I'm like, thanks a lot, because I was just right in that shot. And then when they had moved on, there was clouds covered, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Yeah, but we've just had a lot of sort of overcast nights and days. Over the last couple of days, the first time I've actually seen sun for most of the day without the rain and the overcast. So hopefully now, once this wet season goes, I can get. I've got a decent camera. I have got a decent camera. I just got to get out and use it now.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's happening around the world. Everybody's complaining they're not seeing enough sunshine.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
many overcast days. It's crazy.
yeah, yeah. Well, in Far North Queensland, we've had enough now, and I'm happy to say that where they've needed rain, they've actually got some this season. But now I'm fully over it now. I reckon we've had about 3 meters worth of rain in the last couple of months. That's a lot of rain.
Yeah.
No one can drive out. The only way out of this town is flying.
Wow. That's
You have to
bad.
take rivers over and flooded them. And usually you can get out by this time of the year. And I wanted to drive to Cairns, but I'm not going. I'm going to have to fly there now. So yeah. But anyway, I'm just looking forward to the rest of the year. And I wanted to go over to the US and do a summer thing there, but I'll probably end up back over there for October and November again.
Well, let me know because I'd like to meet you when you get here.
Yeah, I've got so many places I want to see, and I'll definitely let you know where I'm going to be. But I wanted to be and do this summer, experience summer over there, but it's just not going to happen. I've got surgery in May, so by the time I recover from my surgery, it's going to be October and November by the time I get to travel. So yeah. Anyway, definitely when I'm over there, it'll be good. A lot of people I want to catch up with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So what sort of stuff were you talking about earlier on?
Well, Spencer said he got 20 inches of rain in Canada yesterday. And I was joking him because you know how he's always telling us that Canada's the place to move to be safe, that nothing's going to happen there. And then he had 20 inches of rain in one day. And he's like, that's okay. I'm high up on the hill. I'm like, well, I hope there ain't no mudslide then. Poor thing.
Take your toboggan with you.
He'll wake up and his house will be down the hill. It's not funny. You know what I mean? I don't want that to happen, but.
Yeah. You can't win. What was the old saying? The foolish man built his house upon the sand, and the wise old man built his house upon the rock. But you can't win these days, eh?
That's right. That's actually in the Bible.
It is in the Bible.
Yeah.
I remember that. I went to Sunday school. Moving, eh? So yeah, can't win. Can't win.
That's right.
Yeah, but it's a bit of a metaphor too. I look at that as building your own, your own self.
Right.
That is a solid foundation. Like on your morals and how you're raised and what you believe in and stand strong and firm and planted to the ground. Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be cool if we had you and Sean on the phone at the same time with your Australian accent and his UK accent.
Yeah. That would be pretty cool one day.
And Jane, because she has a country twang. She has such a cute accent. She's from here, but she's up in the part of Virginia where I was born, and she has that twang like my older sister does, and my cousins up there, my nieces and nephews and stuff. And yeah, you three on the phone would be very interesting.
It would be, eh? Yeah. Yeah. No, I thought I'd call in and say good day, and I just started calling. But what I wanted to sort of mention, and I read I saw a Mike article today, this morning about the 5G. But what people don't think about and what it can interfere with is your weather radar system. They interfere with all radar systems really, which isn't good because then you're not going to get accurate weather data.
Right.
And there's industry that relies heavily on weather data, and radar data is the airlines. Your
right.
Industry, but airlines, they've got to get accurate data from, we call it the Bureau of Meteorology. I don't know what you guys call it over there, but they need to get the correct wind speed. They need to get, the data has to be accurate. And when 5G pops up everywhere, all these towers, it interferes with radar readings, so it's ended up getting accurate data. So that's a bit of a concern. So yeah, one place you don't want to see a whole heap of those towers popping up is around airports and wherever you've got your weather stations, because that's not good at all. You're going to have planes not being able to land properly and take off properly if they've got misleading information.
Right. Well, maybe part of the reason for doing it is to have different frequencies for different things. Maybe whatever's going on in our atmosphere and with the magnetosphere and everything else that's going on. And maybe they need a dedicated frequency for those particular things. And since we have become such a Wi-Fi data hungry society, and we all have 5 computers and 10 cell phones and gaming machines and smart refrigerators and smart TVs and smart water meters or whatever else. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The demand has gotten so great that we may be interfering with it, with everything that we've got going on. And I don't know. I don't think that they're rolling out 5G to hurt people. I think there's something else to it that we don't know about.
Yeah. No, I know the intentions were to keep up with, as you said, that society and the way we're moving in terms of technology advancements and things like that. But as a system that hasn't been tested properly.
Right. Well, see, the interesting thing is the higher the frequency, it can't travel like it can't travel through the walls like 4G and 3G. The lower the frequency, the deeper it can travel. So that's why they have to build them so close together. So yeah, I don't really understand it all, and I kind of think there's more to it than the 5G itself. They're probably building other things into it that we don't know about, for whatever reason, to fight terrorism or to try to prevent CME or EMP knocking out all the power. Because if that happens, then there won't be any flights, there won't be anything, because we depend so much on electricity and Wi-Fi and satellites and everything else.
Yeah. No, we don't have a choice to roll the punches with that, but it's interesting to see how, like, when it's all rolled out and it's all up and running across the globe, it's just be interesting to see what sort of, what can we call it?
Consequences.
See how it can negatively impact. Like, it'll be interesting to see the negative impacts. But as I said, like, I'm really concerned. I didn't realise that those frequencies could interfere with the radar,
right,
and their frequency. They ran off like that. Yeah, that's quite a concern when you think about the aerospace industry needing heavily reliant, like, you don't want planes dropping out of the sky or
right,
using their run or things like that. So and my friend, we've worked together for about 8 years, because I've only been in the mining game for about 8 years, but he was employed with the company for 20 years, and about 2 days ago he's rung me and said, I'm going home. I've got why? He's going, I'm feeling sick, I've got migraines and I've had 3 micro sleeps. And that's never happened to him,
Right.
I know he's getting older. He's just turned 60 and he is getting older. And I sort of like, do you think it's an age thing? He's like, no. And it's interesting he's feeling like this now. And I said, you know how long, because we've just got these 5G towers installed, and it's only for the mine. The mine's using it to improve their communications and things like that.
Right.
I said to Mickey, I said, man, have you been feeling like that since them towers have been up? And he's gone, yeah. So, and he can't go back to work until the doctors figure out why he's having these micro sleeps, and he's got migraines all the time. I thought, I betcha it's got something to do with that tower. And I remember last year, my friend had parked reasonably close to it because this tower's behind the mine office where you park the car. And his window just burst, smashed. And someone had come back to the crib room, or crib room means like the mine office, the lunchroom. Someone had come back to the crib room and said to Benny, "Hey, mate, do you realise your window smashed?" We all thought someone had come in and just smashed the window and tried to steal something. But to this day, he doesn't know how his window exploded.
There's some people here in the United States said the same thing, but they said it was the sun that had burst their window. Like the sun, the sun had just intensified on the window, like especially if they have double pane where it reflects back on itself, and it had acted like a magnifier and heated up the window till it busted. And they were like, you could hear the seams, you could hear it before it happened.
Yeah. That's all day. That's crazy. And he had a bit of camping gear in the car too. Like he had some of those, little butane gas bottles.
Right.
And we said to him, I said, well, go check to see if any of those gas bottles have exploded in your car, but none of them are all still intact. So his window had just smashed out of the blue, just cracked, exploded. And he said it had exploded because most of the glass was found on the inside of the car, not the outside. So it was a bit bizarre.
Wow.
So I looked at that towel and I go, but you think if it was from the towel, there'd be other cars that had busted windows like that. There was only just the one car.
Right.
And I said, video surveillance footage showed that there was no one come through the car park, no one even went near the car, but yeah, his window just bursted.
Did he have anything in his dash?
No, this is his back window. So he's got like I don't know if you guys have a Nissan Navara, like a utility, but with a canopy and the back window's glass.
Right.
Yeah, so it's that canopy window, yeah, where he had all his camping gear for the stuff stored. And yeah, right. So it wasn't his windscreen or the windows, it was just that canopy window. Yeah.
They tell his doctors to I'm sure they, if he's seeing a specialist, they would know to check for cluster headaches is what it's called in older men. That's pretty common. It's similar to a migraine, but they call them cluster headaches. And it's something that sometimes older men get just out of the blue. They'll start having what they call cluster headaches.
Yeah. And it's just these micro sleeps. Like he said he had 3 in a row.
That sounds like it sounds like a cluster headache.
Yeah. All right, I'll tell him that. Because I said to him, did you get good sleep, the night before? And he's going, yeah, nothing out. And he did nothing out of the ordinary. He's just driving down the road. And I think it might have been because he's not used to being on a truck either. He's used to being on a grader and a loader.
Right.
So there's a lot to explore. But it's just interesting how even I noticed the headache when those towels went up. And I've pulled the pin on my now because I'm going back to uni in July. So since I haven't been out there for these last month or two, I don't get any more headaches and I don't feel that fatigue anymore. So it's interesting.
Yeah.
But I let him know that. That's the headache.
I know here a lot of people have headaches now, but it's that time of year where a lot of people have sinus infections and get sinus headaches. But when I had headaches, and I've been getting them a lot lately. But back in the day when I was getting them, I used to have migraines when I was, in my teen years, and then they stopped, and I didn't have headaches until I was 29. But then I had the brain tumor, and I was getting what they call postural headaches from that.
Yeah.
So everyone in the room is loving your voice.
I'll tell you what, I've already had a couple of beers.
Oh, I know Spencer's smiling at that.
Pardon?
I said, I know Spencer's smiling at that when you said you had a couple of beers already. I'm sure he has too.
My old mate I play golf with, that's the one that's getting his headache. he's texted me this morning. He's gone, come on, golf club, 10 o'clock. And all right. So we got down there and it's like, it's too hot. I said, no, let's just have lunch. So we just had lunch and a couple of beers. So yeah, we'll actually play tomorrow. Play golf tomorrow. But yeah. That's how we roll around here. We live in a very close community. We're very, very close friends, and we all look out for each other. But yeah, we've had a couple of beers already for lunch. And I've gone into kind of snake mode now. So I've got a full belly, couple of beers, and I'm probably ready to have a full afternoon nap. It's only 2:30 here.
Oh, it's 12:30 a.m. here.
Oh, true. What time did you start?
2 hours ago.
Oh, true. So you went for like 6 hours or something yesterday.
6 hours and 40 minutes, yeah.
So last night for you guys. Yeah, that's cool. We're starting to get a few callers and some good conversations happening. That's good to see. Yeah. Anyway, I thought I'd just say good day. And because I'm in carpet snake mode, I'll probably just go back to listening to you guys.
All right. I appreciate you calling in. We always love to hear from you.
I'll have to call in when I've got a bit more information to talk about it. Yeah, I haven't been doing a lot of research lately. I've been pretty busy with other stuff, but once I start doing researching and have something more interesting to talk about.
Well, just telling us about your day is interesting enough. We can live.
My day.
Yeah.
Golf club and lunch and beers. Yeah.
Spencer says you're living his dream.
Sorry?
Excuse me. Spencer said you're living his dream.
Living his dream?
Yeah.
Well, Spencer needs to come to Australia too.
He's trying to get everybody to move to Canada, where they don't have any weather issues. Excuse me. Gracious. Yeah.
Water or something, okay?
Yeah. I've been working in the rain a lot. Like every day, I end up getting caught in the rain. And then I walk around with wet clothes for hours. It was all right yesterday, though, because it was warm. But it was cold last week after the rain came.
You need some wet weather here to work in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to be somewhere warm and sunny all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. Well, I'll let you get a drink of water or something so you're not choking. Yeah, and I'll go back and to the chat and listen to you guys. But it was good to talk to you. And
always a pleasure. All right, thank you for calling. We love you. God bless you, young lady.
I love you all too. Adios. Bye.
Bye, sweetheart. We love you, John, too. We hope you feel better. And hope your fever breaks soon. Whoops.